How's everyone doing today? It's your boy JJ Domination, and today I'm going to be making a very interesting video. Now, you can say that I'm doing this purely based on the result of yesterday's game. That's fine. You can use whatever narrative you feel like is necessary, but I can assure you I am 100% doing this because it needs to be done. I'm here to tell you why my Green Bay Packers, yeah, believe it or not, I can be critical of my own team. Wow, it's crazy how that works. I'm here to tell you why they're not an elite football team. And there's really two things holding the Green Bay Packers back, and if you want to make a counter argument for that, trust me, I got all day, I got all week, I got all month of November, so try me, bitch. Let's get into this. So, first of all, let's just address the elephant in the room. This big, unathletic bastard named Blake Martinez. I don't care about Madden ratings, yeah, it says he's a 72 overall, great, yeah, fantastic. As a matter of fact, for research purposes, let's see where he ranks amongst middle linebackers in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm not even going to count Mason Foster, so we'll skip over him. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. He is the 44th ranked linebacker in Madden. Keep in mind, a lot of these teams, and this is only for middle linebackers, I'm not even counting the 4-3 outside linebackers, like your Anthony Barrs and your Telvin Smith. Well, Telvin Smith ain't playing this year, but like your Anthony Barrs and, Leighton Vander Esch, I'm not even factoring those guys. This is strictly the middle linebacker position. He's tied with Jarrett Davis and Denzel Perryman, who have been disappointments in their own rights, but nothing compared to Blake Martinez. Now, I know what Packer fans and all casual NFL fans who just look at a bunch of stats are going to tell you, JJ, what about his tackle numbers? First of all, if you actually watch the games, a lot of his tackle numbers are simply inflated. Now, some of them are cleanup tackles. Some of them shouldn't even count as tackles. Some straight up. I'll give you that, because I watch every single snap of every single Packer game. Yeah, Blake Martinez is a complete liability in coverage. I know it's a video game. I just want to see what his coverage stat is. I'm not here to hate on the rating. It's a video game. If you don't like it, you can make your own rating. What's his coverage? A 60. I think a 60, personally, is a little generous, but okay. I mean, I guess they couldn't lower it any more than that, but I saw an interesting thing on Pro Football Focus. I, for one, am not a Pro Football Focus person. I mean, for some of it, yes, because some analytics are actually important to the game. Stuff dealing with third down, your passer rating, situation football, that is important. But an interesting thing is they have this grading system. I'm not the biggest fan of the grading systems. I think it's a little stupid. I got 2 eyeballs. I can do that for myself. But Blake Martinez is tied for the 42nd ranked inside linebacker, which kind of matches up with Madden, because on Madden, he is 44th, if we're not counting Mason Foster, who is a street free agent. That 44th ranking ties him with BJ Goodson, who, as you can see on the screen, there's a 5 overall difference. And to be honest, BJ Goodson at times looks a little better than Blake Martinez, and he is a street free agent who we traded for because the Giants did not want to cut him. So, yeah, the Giants actually tried to cut him. Green Bay saved his ass and brought him in on the trade. So, let's just go ahead and continue. So, yeah, Blake Martinez is the big Achilles heel of the defense. Yes, he's a tackling machine statistically, but he is horrible in coverage. And if you don't believe me, watch film. Like, I'm not here to argue with you. Like, if you don't watch the Packers on a weekly basis, if you don't pay attention to the games and you just want to see what Aaron Rodgers does, don't talk to me. Watch the game, watch the film. It's there for a reason. Now we look at the defensive line. Dean Lowry, you know what, to his credit, has not been completely terrible, but there have been times this season where I didn't even know he was on the field. Let's see, Montravius Adams, he's been hurt, he's come back, and he just hasn't quite had that same burst that he plays with. He was playing really good at the beginning of the year, hasn't quite done that over the course of, like, since his injury and him coming back. And you look at defensive tackle, I mean, Kenny Clark, what else can he do when you're being doubled and triple teamed? He's basically getting the old Mike Daniels treatment, and he hasn't been looking like a dominant player, but he has been a dominant player in his own right. Not completely, but he's been pretty good. And then Tyler Lancaster, listen, last year as a rotational player, he was decent. He's been god-awful this year, and he cannot get off blocks, and he's soft as all hell. Like, I don't even know who's out there for free agents. I guess, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Who's out there in terms of free agency? Like, I just don't know. But this run defense has been absolutely terrible. And, listen, I'm, like, Corey Liuget, I think he just got released. I don't know. It says he's released on the game. I could have sworn he signed with the Oakland Raiders, or he used to be an Oakland Raider. But listen, this is all I'm going to say, right? I don't expect the Green Bay Packers to shut down the run every single game. But when you make Jordan Howard of the Philadelphia Eagles, who, by the way, he's a fine running back, but when you make Jordan Howard look like prime Adrian Peterson on Thursday Night Football, that's bad. Okay, that is terrible. When you make Phillip Lindsay look like the next coming of Barry Sanders, that's bad. Okay? And Phillip Lindsay, again, another fine running back. I'm just saying. And then, let's see, you played Kansas City. Yeah, you're lucky they didn't really run as much. I mean, I could just go through the list. Like, yeah, against, like, Minnesota, I expect them to struggle because Dalvin Cook is a great running back. He's proved it this year, and that's Minnesota's identity, run the football. So I can't really, like, blame you for not stopping Minnesota. But, you know, the next couple of games for Green Bay, they play Carolina at home, and then they're on a bye week, and then they play the San Francisco 49ers. Those are two teams that run the football very well. The 49ers, I believe, are up there as, like, the number 2 rushing offense, and I believe Carolina's up there as well as, like, number 3 or 4. Like, you're playing 2 top 5 rushing offenses, and you're a shit run defense, so you got to do something. I don't care if you got to sell out to play the run. You have to do something. And there was a trade deadline recently, and I'm not saying, you know, like, they didn't try to make a trade or nothing, because they did. They did make a call on Robbie Anderson, but the Jets wanted a 2nd-round pick. The Packers offered a 4th-round pick. So, yeah, like, they did make a call for free agency, but the problem is your run defense has been terrible all season. The only reason it hasn't been talked about as much is because you've been winning games and it's been swept under the rug, like I said, but there are ways to get better. I mean, if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm going to call Muhammad Wilkerson, see what he's up to these days, and bring him in, because he can't be no worse than Tyler Lancaster or Montravius Adams, who seems to have not gotten back in the groove. Like, he can't be no worse than those two. He can't be no worse than Dean Lowry. Like, Muhammad Wilkerson, phone a friend, you know, like, bring him back. Something. I mean, does B.J. Raji still want to play football? Like, the Packers' run defense has been terrible all year. The 1 week they've actually been good was against Chicago, and Chicago's a terrible football team, and I don't really need to get into that. But just know when I do my recap for the week, I will not be talking about the Green Bay Packers, and I will not be talking about the Los Angeles Chargers, even though they played well. I mean, I'm just not going to talk about them, and I'm not going to talk about the Green Bay Packers because I'm making this video right here. And to me, those are the reasons why they're not an elite team. I mean, their run defense is terrible, and Blake Martinez can't cover a bed with a blanket. He is terrible. And believe it or not, I'm not even going to flex. I have no reason to. But let's just say I know one of Blake Martinez's relatives, and I've had words with her before, and she said that he is hot garbage this year. That's all I'm gonna say. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, peace out.